Steve, you and your colleagues at the Tampa Bay Times and also the Miami Herald have done extensive research into the whole issue of job creation and job incentive programs, tax incentive programs, I'm sorry, to lure companies to come into Florida to create jobs. This has been a centerpiece of the governor's time in office. You did quite a bit of work. Both the two of you did work on this piece. In terms of how much money has been put out there in terms of tax incentives to lure people to create jobs, how much has been put out there and how's it worked?
Well, since Rick Scott's been in office, we found the state of Florida has put on the table about $266 million in incentive programs to attract businesses. A couple of quick points. First of all, every state does this. A lot of states spend more on it than Florida does. And the argument the state uses is, look, we've got to compete with Alabama, we've got to compete with South Carolina for these same jobs. What we did is we looked at a few hundred incentive deals where the state is putting up incentive money, but more importantly, just as importantly, these are cases where Rick Scott personally has gone out to a company in Brevard County and cut the ribbon and shaken hands with the CEO and said, and I'm paraphrasing, but just as an example, this company is going to create 65 jobs. Each one of these has a specific number attached to them. We went back and painstakingly went back and said, okay, of this company, how many of those jobs actually exist today? It turns out the companies have between 5 to 10 years to create the jobs. That's built into the contract. They don't get the incentive money till they create the jobs. And a lot of the jobs are not yet created. They're promised, they're committed, but they're not here today. That's the point we were making.
Mary Ellen, you want to add to that? We've got about a minute left.
Yeah, so the bottom line is that a lot of the promises are still promises and they haven't really been met. And the flip side to that is the part of the story that doesn't get covered, which we did explore, and that is the jobs that have been lost. Companies that didn't get a call from the governor and they laid off people. And there were, and that is not anything that anybody keeps track of in Florida government, how many jobs are lost. But we did count of those that are required to report to the federal government, there's about 50,000 jobs lost in just the companies that have over 100 employees. And most companies in Florida, of course, are under 100 employees.